So apparently, this dad. Oh shit! This dad. You remember that show Bully Beatdown?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah, that
the whole theme of it was basically they get bullies, they put it up against someone who could actually,
yeah, who was the host of that show? Chris something.
Chris Hurricane.
No, it wasn't Hurricane.
That does ring a bell.
Chris Hurricane's not even a thing.
Wouldn't they put him in like a boxing ring or something?
Yeah,
They'd like
boxing,
Yeah, they had
MMA,
MMA fighters
something.
that-
Yeah,
would come in.
like
and
you want to fight people?
Yeah.
Put you up against somebody.
Yeah,
All right.
put you up against
Think
somebody
you're
that
fucking
actually
tough?
fights. Yeah, you think you're fucking tough.
It's like a scared straight, but for bullies.
But with fighting and fist to the face.
Yeah, I think they should do more of that.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
I cannot.
He had the red hair.
Jason
Mayhem.
Miller.
Jason, what did I say, Chris? Oh,
I
wow.
said Chris. But so basically, along to that, this father figured out his son, I'm pretty sure teenage son, was bullying kids at school. So he basically got his son to basically put up a match where his teenage son would fight. I'm assuming a teenage professional, someone who's
Been training
trained,
in martial arts or
knows how to
something.
take a punch and dish him back. Put him in the ring with that, and that person whooped his son.
Beat the fuck out of him.
And people are like, "Oh, it's not. No, you're not supposed to do that."
I think it's fair. I mean, it's in a controlled area, kind of. I
Mhm.
mean, I think that's actually kind of good parenting. I might take some heat for that, but it's like, hold on. You find out your kid's beating the hell out of other kids, or I mean, to what degree? I mean, is he beating up on kids, or was he just being like mean to
It
them?
just
It's
said
like,
the father finds out his son is bullying teenagers. Teenager was bullying others' children. Father employed an old tool of care develop. Yeah. Yeah. It just
Is there
says
a
he was
video or
bullying.
anything, or-
Yeah, there's a video. You want to check it out?
Yeah, I want to check it out.
yeah.
You screen record it. Pull it up real quick. I want to see. Can you see this?
oh yeah, now when
No,
he
no,
turns
I'm-
it like
I'm-
that, I
I'm
can
gonna turn-
actually see it.
You can actually see it this way? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is. Do you think the dad of this teen went too far? Okay, we're back. All right. All right. So this is the video, right?
Yep.
Okay. So there we go.
Yeah. Like that.
There we go. Okay.
We don't need.
No, we don't need audio because,
You ain't gonna hear him get hit.
we
are
know
you?
we get in trouble with audio a lot,
And,
so we'll just turn it down.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't look like a teenage. That maybe look like
Okay.
the 11
Yeah, I
grader.
can see that. Okay, so I'm assuming green shorts.
Yeah, green shorts.
Whichever one gets the shit beat out of him, I'm assuming is the teenager.
Yeah, okay. He's the teenager. That's a tall ass fucking teenager.
Yeah, you can see he ain't got. He's throwing
That's a
some
little
weird
unfair.
punches.
This dude's reach is ridiculously longer.
And, you could tell. Oh,
You see the confidence in the purple gloves there.
Got that gut shot.
He just smacking the shit out of him. That's I think.
To me, I get what he's doing. He's putting them like this is what it feels like to be bullied,
Yeah.
and it's not fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a character building,
Yeah.
because he's like, shit, I don't like this. So it's kind of like I see what they see, I feel what they feel, so I'm not gonna do this shit again. But yeah. Yes. But yeah, what do you think? Is that good Father of the Year? Dwight said he agrees.
He agrees, but I don't know to what extent does this go? Like, does it get to the point where the kid is just getting the shit kicked out
I
of
mean,
him?
I think he's already leaking right now.
Nah, he ain't leaking. There ain't nothing there. He's throwing them back. Like, I could tell he doesn't box.
And the punches aren't even crazy hard punches. And now he's just talking to him. I think he's like, "You want to bully people? You want to?" He's just
Yeah, he's
give
probably
him
just
that talk.
I can say this much. Like, I can agree with the old school method on this one. Because you're right. He's teaching him that this is what it looks like when you go against somebody who knows how to fight. Like, if
Right.
you think you know how to fight against those people, well, let me show you what a fighter looks like.
Right.
And now you get to be the one that's getting bullied in this scenario instead of.
That's probably his father.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I really do honestly get it. I think that it's one of those situations where you get to a point where you're like, you can talk to your kid, you can put them through counseling and treatment, therapy, and all that stuff, but some things are just better learned the hard way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's one of those situations where he could have done all that. He could have followed all the rules that everybody wants him to follow. And I know there's going to be, like the parent patrol out there, the internet's, greatest parents are going to be jumping on my back for this one. But I think that some things are just better learned the old way. And that's an old school way. It used to be that way when we were younger. When we were younger and we had bullies, those bullies would have to go fight other kids that knew how to fight. And that was the way you taught them a lesson, that there's always somebody badder out there than you. You need to, humble yourself, learn how to control, your shit and what you got going on.
Right.
I don't think he's wrong for it. I don't know if that would be the approach.
Yeah,
seems like, to me, that seems like the final approach. Like, if you have nothing else that's worked, maybe this will work. Maybe getting some,
Somebody
the shit kicked out of you a little bit.
Right.
Ought to help wake you up a little bit.
And I agree with you. On the line of that, I think like you said, you could be teaching your kid this, you could be teaching your kid everything right, and sometimes, hey, they just want to bully. I don't know. It's hard to say exactly why people bully, but yeah, sometimes they want to bully. And I put it like this: the method he used, I personally wouldn't use that method, but I get what he's doing. Yeah. And I stand by what he's doing. He's teaching his son a lesson that, hey, don't punch people in the face if you can't get punched in the face.
I mean, yeah, I think that comes down to, like, if you're going to be out here and you're being the aggressor, it's better that I show you what it feels like now than to let you continue your behavior, and let you continue to think that you're the baddest man walking, and then when you run into somebody who don't give a damn, you end up getting seriously hurt or seriously injured or worse.
Yeah, true.
Dead.
True.
And it happens.
Because there's a lot of cases where that, not to say exactly that happens, but there's a lot of people who been the biggest, the baddest in their, let's just say, small city. And they kind of just bullied everybody, went outside of their city and got messed up. Yeah. And they, it humbled them a little bit, like, oh, shit. Okay. You got to... It's better to teach that young than older, because when you get older, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's I don't know. That's my opinion on it.
I do believe he's doing the right thing. Just personally, I wouldn't have hired.
Dwight Teasy's back. So what do you think?
Okay, so like I said, do we know definitively, like, what did his kid do?
He just said bullied other kids.
So like, if it's like verbal bullying, I don't think he needs to get his ass beat, so to speak. But then again, what's this kid saying to other people? But if he's physically assaulting other kids, I think it's maybe
physical. If he has to get to this level,
I think let him get a taste of it. Let him understand, like, he's not beating his kid because the kid bullied someone. But because, like, you see sometimes they'll be like, well, he's learning this at home. He's bullying kids because he gets bullied by older sibling.
Sometimes it's not the case.
Or, sometimes it is. And sometimes it's just you have a rotten fucking kid, Yeah. Your kid's just a rotten prick. And so it's like, teach them a lesson. Show them, look, this is what you're doing to other kids. You didn't like getting your ass beat by this dude who's a professional, who's maybe faster than you or stronger than you, and that's how you're treating other people.
Yeah, but what do you do if, like, your kid's just that guy? He's it, and then you go and put him up against a professional fighter, and then he, like, knocks the shit out of the professional fighter. Then what do you do?
You sign him up for boxing.
You're like, all right.
Hey, look,
and we're going to teach you discipline.
Right.
We're going to teach you not to pick on people.
But then what are you going to do if he comes after you? If you know you ain't finna be taking out a professional fighter, then what do you do against the kid?
Kneecap him.
Just one shot to the knee, like just
cripple him.
Yep.
What would you do?
You thought you were a big man, now you're in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. How you like it?
What would you do if Nathan was out here bullying people, and then you put him? Let's just say Nathan was out here bullying people. You put him in a ring with a professional boxer, and he knocks him out. What you doing now?
First of all, I'd be like, "Wow, that was not what I expected. Did not see it going this way." But also, I would probably consult with his mom to figure out what the hell we need to do next. Because you're not gonna bully me in my house. I don't give a damn who you are. So.
Yeah, imagine you were like the father of like a professional fighter. Like let's just pick, not that they're
like
actually
Canelo,
like that, but
or some
big time
name
fighter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you were Floyd Mayweather's parents and he bullied you as the parent. Like, And then they're like, so, he's got kind of an attitude on him. And you're just sitting there with a black eye like, yeah, he does. like, could you imagine? Like, that would
Like,
suck.
what happened to your eye? I fell down some stairs.
Yeah.
And your son is sitting there like,
repeatedly, over and over again.
Me mugging you like that.
I was so clumsy. It was an accident. Is he still looking at me? He's still looking at me. Okay. I just,
Right.
I'm just asking the public.
I mean, because the tradition is
help.
you ain't going to beat your old man's ass, right? Your old
Right.
man's always going to be able to whoop you. Well, there comes a time when that's not true anymore.
Yeah,
your old
like
man's
when we
gonna
get old and our back hurts
Yeah.
and shit, and then like we got arthritis,
Yeah.
and then the kids are like, "Oh yeah,
There's
remember
gonna
when
be
you
a
used to
day.
think he was the man?"
I watched a
Right.
video like that where a abusive father was
Yeah.
being abusive to his son, but the son was a lot older now, so son kicked that dude's ass, and I was like, yeah,
Kinda
that's
fair.
what you get.
I mean, I
Don't
get it.
mistreat your kids.
Yeah,
Don't beat your kids.
right.
Right, but this is the thing. Like when your kid's out here acting out of pocket, he's not listening to anything you say, and then
Right.
this is the, like at least he came up with this solution. Most people drown their kids nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Most people just kill their kids.
Casey Anthony.
yeah.
But
I'm just saying.
I think
Like,
it's-
I'm not saying it's right.
I think it's fair. He's not putting him up against someone so much bigger than him.
Like, you have to
Right,
go back
you
to
know.
and
like.
and I think the guy he was with it like at a certain point in the video he walks up to him, talks to him, like you could tell he's saying something to him, and then like gives him a nice little jab. So I think he was like, hey, so you gonna bully people? Let me show you how to bully, and it hits. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it
so
ain't-
I'm pretty sure he's not going full out. This is the
obviously-
championship round. I'm
Yeah.
coming for your neck. He's just
Sounds
trying
like
to
this kid never heard Uncle Ben.
Right.
With great power.
comes great
There
responsibility.
you go.
I feel
So
like
the
he's-
thing is like I really do think that
I'll
it's
choose
genetic, man. Like, okay, you have to think about back in the day, right? When you were a teenager and you were coming up in like the gladiator days and stuff, right?
Everybody had
Like
to
you
fight.
worked all the time. Or if you didn't work, you learned how to fight. You learned how to do something. We don't teach our kids shit. We just give them,
Well,
like phones and cameras and shit and be like, go be, a dumb idiot on, the internet. So, of course, kids are going to get in their head. They do that. Like, they think that they're bigger than they actually are. They
Right.
think, like, most kids think that they are a bigger deal than they actually really in reality are. And so when you get that kind of complex, there's two things that can happen. You get a popular kid, or you get a kid that's like bullying people and becomes a little psychopath. We've all dealt with it. Like,
yeah.
We've all known
Oh,
a
yeah.
guy
Dude,
at one point in our life that we were like, that guy's going to kill somebody at one point.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
My
Every one
friends
of
thought
us.
it would be me.
Really?
I got bullied like crazy before I got into high school, and even like probably up to like 7th, 8th grade. And dude, I was one of the wildly unpopular, nerdy little kids. I'm still a nerd. I won't lie. But like, there was people that were like, dude, he's gonna bring a gun to school. I'm like, am I? No, I was like, I don't know. You get bullied so much, you get embarrassed so many times, and you start to think some really shitty thoughts, and you're
No,
like,
for sure,
these
for sure.
people should all fucking die. And that's the thing is like, I know people who are parents that agree with bullying. They're like, bullying, toughens kids up, And I'm like, to an extent, it might have in the past, you might think that, but it's like nowadays, all it does is just make that kid think, I'm really gonna take that gun to school. I'm gonna do that now.
Well, because bullying doesn't stop at school anymore. When you go home, it's on the internet and it's everywhere your friends are, and it's on social media, and it's here, there, and everywhere. And these kids can't get away from it. That's where they become, okay, fuck this and snap.
Yeah.
That's been proven. You don't even have to take my word for it. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, yeah, okay, our generation was tougher. And I can say that much. Our generation was tougher on not only us,
But I
but
think
just in
I
general.
think that's every generation though. The generation before y'all
That's
was
what I'm
tougher.
saying.
Generation
I
for
wasn't
that.
done talking though.
Okay.
Here you come with your I know everything ass attitude. But the generation before us, like Fred said, it was tougher than ours, and the one before that was even tougher, and the one before that was even tougher. So even though it gets lighter, it doesn't make you less of a man.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you less of a person. What it means is we need to learn how to correct behavior.
Yeah,
when
true.
kids are acting out of pocket, we got to find a way that suits them, not just because there's not a one
thing fix all.
for like a one fix all for kids. It doesn't work that way because everybody's different.
Right.
Whereas if I was to put Gus in the same situation as I put Nathan in the same situation, it would work out two different ways.
Right.
You see what I mean? So I wouldn't do that. What I would do is I would figure out a way. We'll go talk to the school board. We'll talk to some counselors. We're going to do everything that we need to do before I have to put you in the backyard with some gloves.
Right.
But either way, in one way or another, you're going to learn
Right.
that there's always somebody better than you, and you need to humble yourself.
Right. For
Because
sure.
like I said, kids tend
Teach
to
them
think they're
humility.
bigger than
Bigger,
what
yeah.
they really are.
Yeah, true.
Like I
And
said,
when I was younger, I used to play the guitar when I was younger and thought I was a rock star. Never performed in front of anybody, never did anything, but I knew I was the shit. In my head, I was just like, yeah, I'm that fucking guy. Like I know like 4 riffs.
did you take your guitar to parties?
Yeah, no.
Okay, cool.
No, I never did
I'd have
that.
hated you
And
if
then
you
when I got into comedy after, and I started telling my story and kind of like doing my thing, I always thought I was bigger than what I was. Even though in a younger, I was humbled by my first open mic because like I told you I went horrible. It was bad. It was really bad. And then I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I'm not as good as I think. Like you
but
have
you
those
didn't give up at
experiences.
that.
Right.
But
If I was like a bully and I went to school and I just like beat up everybody and was like, yeah, I'm the shit. It's only gonna take one guy that's gonna knock me the fuck out to be like, okay, well, maybe I'm not. All right. So you do have to learn those. I'm a firm believer in learning from your experiences. But that dad probably did XYZ before he just jumped.
No,
straight to
You'd hope so,
understandable.
yeah, it's not like,
I'm pretty sure the
first
kid's been
recourse.
in multiple fights, and he went up there. Was like, I'm sorry, I'll talk to him, I'll get him, and it just wasn't working. And he was like, you know what? Okay,
Yeah,
I
put some
got you.
gloves on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you like to bully people, then okay, then all right, let's it's better this than you bully a kid to the point where he brings a gun to school.
Right,
We have to see it on the 9 o'clock news.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And a lot of that, like you mentioned earlier, you either get the popular kid or something, and that's often what it is. You see a lot of that. It's like the popular kid's the bully. They mistreat the smaller kids or something. I found my experiences were different. It was the smaller kids and sometimes the unpopular ones that tried to bully me. I was bigger than some of them, but it also that was like the double-edged sword because if I retaliated against them, I looked like the bully.
Right.
And that literally happened. This kid was like kicking the back of my feet. We were walking into this room. This kid's like kicking the back of my feet, kicking the back of my legs. And I turned around and I like pushed him into the wall. I was like, stop it. And these girls were like, why are you picking on him? I'm like, you didn't see it. He was kicking the back of my freaking legs. And then they make excuses. They're like, you're bigger than him though. I was like, does that make it okay? He can pick on me because I'm bigger.
Right.
So I have to be the gentle giant here. I wasn't even that big. I was just bigger than he was.
Right.
I don't
And he,
believe you.
yeah,
I think you were huge.
I was fat the whole time. I was so fat.
Yeah, that wasn't
and-
my experience in school. But I understand.
But the funny thing was that the one of the really popular kids that I knew, and I ended up playing football with him for a few years. He was the exact opposite. He was the one that he treated everybody with kindness. Like he was always, he'd bust your balls a little bit sometimes, just being a kid, But he was a good kid. I'll never forget him. Like he was a kind person. Like he was raised to treat everybody with decency and shit. And I'm like, he could have turned out to be the bully, you know.
Right.
Fix that.
What's it doing to you?
Yeah.
It's doing the no atomizer thing.
Yeah.
I did everything I could. But
For me, my school, I didn't really get.
see how I just bullied him right now?
Bullied me into
I'm
fixing
on.
this shit.
I didn't really get bullied a lot because a lot of the people I hung around, they kind of seen how I was. I was cool with everybody, but when it came to sports, I was like, it was like a switch flipped. I'm the laughing. I'm calm. Oh, what's up? High fiving. That was me. But then in sports, I'm like, I'm trying to kill somebody. I'm trying to take. Literally, I would
that's
destroy
different,
my
like-
body, and they're like, "Damn, this dude a little crazy."
that's
I was a kid
different,
getting
though.
everybody, let's go, like, you know what I'm saying, screaming, getting in people's faces. That was
But that's
me.
different
And everybody
than the
seen
guy
that. They were
that-
just like, "Oh shit."
That
okay.
that's different than that one guy on the football field that swear he's going to the NFL and is going to do anything he can to get there.
No, I was just taking out my aggression, like my childhood.
That's
shit.
what I
was
mean.
just
Like that's
fuck,
different than like that guy because that guy is the one that's always in everybody's face. And he's always like,
Be
big and
realistic.
bad.
We're like middle school. You ain't going nowhere. What the hell?
Right. Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Kids think they're bigger than they are.
No,
So-
I knew I had a slim. I can't say me because, like you said, my train of thought is not everybody. So
Yeah, because when I played football, I had guys like that.
no, I definitely knew.
And the
a
crazy
couple.
part is we never won a game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you think you're gonna do,
Right,
but
right,
unless you
right.
can do it yourself,
I had a few
We're
like
all in
that, and I'm
trouble.
just like, bro, you're not even better than me, and I know I'm not going to the NFL because you know who's going to like sports wise.
Yeah.
At a young age, they're like you're in middle school. They're like 6
Yeah,
inches
as long-
taller than everybody, faster than everybody. You can say, okay, he may have a shot,
Right,
May
like-
have a shot, but
Yeah.
if we're going into high school and you're 5'2" and you're $150, you talking, I can make it to the NFL.
right?
It's gonna be Rude Awakening.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down on the bottom below. Also, if you're new, make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime new videos upload.
And also, don't forget to hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. And for exclusive content, we also have a website, which will be in the description below.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we're out of here.
Peace.